We're the voices of experiencers, and we are the experiencers of extraterrestrials.
So in a way, it's pretty classic, you know, what is often seen.
As often,
Because as we know, they come in many shapes and sizes.
Just what's out there in the abyss, in the darkness of the unknown.
Have you guys ever seen the video that recorded in Turkey? And there was a disc UFO with windows, and this guy zoomed in. Yeah, you saw that, Deb?
I seen it, yeah.
You could distinctly see the.
You can see them in there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that was a pretty cool video.
It's time for disclosure, and it's time for truth, because what lies in the darkness brings powerful transformation.
Yeah. The only time I've ever heard of hair involved with some kind of non-human intelligence was when it was a hybrid. Or one of the human-looking ones. What do they call those? The Nordic?
Yeah.
We're the bridge between two different worlds, with one foot in this reality and one in the next.
Are they all in that same mindset? I mean, I've heard other broadcasts where, you know, some of them seem to be less friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I understand, like, the good, like, let's say there's good and bad aliens or whatever, just that they're good and bad people.
Yeah.
So is that one collective? Are they recognizing it as one?
The shift is here, along with profound integration. Just who are extraterrestrials, and what are their plans?
You're going to allow yourself to go back to the time in a dream where you were standing on a beach with 3 other people looking out upon the water. And you're there now. What do you see around you?
I see the water. Craft hovering over. They're not that far away. Close.
Is there more than one? Describe what they look like for me.
Silver. Very odd shape. Thin. Rounded at the end.
Do they have any windows?
Do. On the top. There's like windows along the edge on the top. And it turns to show the bottom. That's a big.
Okay, what I would like you to do is have super focus in on one of those windows. You can see clearly into the window. And what do you see? Can you describe what they look like to me?
It's time to find out with the Voices of Contact.
We are the voices of experiencers because we are the experiencers. It's time for disclosure, and it's time for truth, because truth brings powerful transformation. We are the voices of change. We are about evolution on an expansive level, living life without fear and becoming the bridge between two different realities. Profound evolution is here. Profound integration is here. This is the Voices of Contact. Hi, everyone. I'm Mary. I'm a channeler and psychic medium. I'm also a hypnosis regressionist for ET experiencers, and I work with MUFON doing regression work. I also work with PTSD experiencers, paranormal experiencers, and victims of crime to assist them in recall. I'm really looking forward to another amazing show tonight with our panel. I just want to say to you guys that the work that you're doing here with me is so impactful, like literally it's life-changing. And I thank you for being a part of it and being here with me. It means more than you realize to me as well as the listeners. So, allow me to introduce some of my most favorite people. First, we have Deb and RJ DeRoos. They're authors, paranormal UFO researchers, and they're experiencers themselves. And they also are the founders of the Michigan UFO Contact that happens every year in Houghton Lake, Michigan at the end of September. They're owners and managers of Mystical Awakenings Radio, Mystical Awakening Podcast on the YouTube channel, and at the Mystical Awakenings Metaphysical Store in Houghton Lake, Michigan. Last but definitely not least, we have our amazing new panelist, Deborah Jordan Cobble. She was the central figure in Bud Hopkins' international bestseller, Intruders, The Incredible Visitations at Copley Woods, which was actually made into a CBS miniseries in 1992. She's co-author of the book Abducted, The Story of the Intruders Continues, and author of Extraordinary Contact, Life Beyond Intruders. She's a former Indiana MUFON investigator and co-founder of her own paranormal group, Paranormal Underground, and host of the Midwest Paratalk podcast. With the amazing panel that we have tonight, I know that anything is possible. And we are going to get down deep into discovery and answers to what's actually really happening out there. This show is all about transmutating the light from the dark and replacing fear with knowledge. Through my regression work, I have come across amazing cases with some amazing clients. It is my passion to work with them and to help them have a better understanding of the contact they've had. Whether they are taken, have had contact in the physical realm, or through a dream state. I'm grateful that my clients have agreed to allow me to use the regressions on the voices of contact. Tonight, this is the place to be because the panel breaks down the experiences, providing powerful feedback. I love it because all the listeners get to learn and connect, and the person that I regressed walks away even more immersed in the experience with a new perspective on their contact. Literally, it's a win-win, right? This is the voices of contact.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, how you doing?
Mary.
Hello.
Deb, hi, Dana. Welcome back,
Speakers.
Dana.
Thank you.
Welcome to Dana's
Missed
cat.
you guys.
Cat is insisting. Oh, there he goes. There's close up.
Nice.
Sorry about that.
As long as he don't start doing fish lips.
Oh, I hope not. Okay. Sorry. We'll just.
What have you guys been up to?
It's okay.
Oh, well, you guys had an event.
Hmm?
I was here at the store doing healings and talking to people about retreats and shamanism and everything else. So that's what I did for the weekend.
Yeah,
I just
sounds fabulous.
cleaned house.
You cleaned house?
I just cleaned my house this weekend.
That doesn't sound fabulous.
Sometimes you have to do that.
Sometimes, yeah.
Look at that cat.
He's never done this much before, apparently.
What's his name?
Squeakers.
Squeakers. Hi,
Wanna be
Squeakers.
formal, it's
Hi,
Mr.
Squeakers.
Mr. Squeakers.
He
Mr.
looks like
Squeakers.
my
Squeakers.
cat Skeeter that just passed away a couple of months ago.
Oh, I'm
He looks
sorry.
like-
He looks, yeah.
Hi.
He looks
Usually
like
doesn't
my
sit
Smokey
quite
who
like
passed
this.
away
He looks like
7 years ago.
Yeah, he looks like he was. He missed you, and
He
don't
did,
leave me again.
right? Little does he know 2 weeks from now I'm gone again. So.
Oh God.
He
Now
doesn't
he knows.
travel well. He's not an outdoor kind of cat. He gets
Yeah.
very nervous. So
Yeah,
That's the way Skeeter was.
what a lovely cat.
Yes, he's beautiful.
He's like, I'm here for the duration, so
I might not think so when I have to stand up and down about 17 times to let him in and out of the bedroom. But
Or you need a Band-Aid from kneading or something. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he does think I'm his mom. That's for sure. All right.
So Mary, how are you? And you have something for us this show, right?
Yes, I'm fabulous. Well, tonight's episode, I did a regression with a woman. I've regressed her before, and as typical of a lot of regressions, she started having other memories and flashes of things coming up. And all of a sudden, she remembered a dream that she'd had where she was standing on a beach, and she had 3 people that were with her. They felt familiar to her, but she didn't recognize them. And when they looked out over the water, they could see 3 large craft that were sitting in the sky. And that's all she remembered. So she really wanted to delve into that dream to see if there was anything to it. So with this first scene, she's standing on the beach. The other people are with her, and she can see the crafts in the sky. So give me one moment.
Okay.
Kind to allow yourself to go back to the time in a dream where you were standing on a beach with 3 other people looking out upon the water. And you're there now. What do you see around you?
I see the water, craft hovering over the water. They're not that far away. Close.
Is there more than one? Describe what they look like for me.
Silver. Very odd shape. Thin. Rounded at the end.
Do they have any windows?
Do. On the top. There's like windows along the edge on the top. When it turns to show the bottom, it's like, I don't know, that's a big.
Okay, what I would like you to do is have super focus in on one of those windows. You can see clearly into the window. And what do you see? Can you describe what they look like to me?
Did someone not want us knowing what they look like, or what?
Yeah.
Because that was kind of strange.
Nope. That will come in the next part of the clip.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's describing the craft, and it has the windows, and it has like the edge on the top.
Mhm.
And the way she described it, the way I see it, it's like more oval shaped.
Okay.
Oval shaped?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. So in a way, it's pretty classic. You know what is often seen.
It's a fine saucer, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as we know, they come in many shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen the video they recorded in Turkey? And there was a disc UFO with windows, and this guy zoomed in. He had a nice. Yeah, you saw that, Deb?
I seen it.
one.
Yeah.
You could
Mhm.
distinctly see the.
You can see them in there.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So that was a pretty cool video.
I thought that was pretty impressive too. Yeah, I don't know that that's ever been debunked.
It has not.
Oh,
It has
I know
not.
that.
And
Not to my
it just
knowledge.
recently came back out again as look at this again. So, but it was shown for quite a while,
Mhm.
and so I just wonder how far away she was. But you've got her mind going, because since it's a dream, she can go there if she wants to.
It's the beauty of regression, right?
Uh-huh. The beauty of regression.
So when you do that, is it the soul self, do you think, that is seen in the windows?
I feel like in a sense the consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
the memory of what actually happened,
You're-
unlocking that block part.
It could be your etheric body, your energetic body, yeah, and the
Mhm.
dreams.
Same, yeah.
All you have to do is think, I want to be there, and you're there, and
Like the movie, What Dreams May Come.
yeah.
Just like astral travel, right?
Yeah, astral travel, same thing.
Yeah. But she doesn't sound frightened.
No,
And-
I think she's released that fear. With the first regression, there was a lot of fear for her.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the audience will remember, but the regression I did with her before, we did play, and it was the one where she was in bed, and she felt like the being was choking her. And then through that regression, she found that there was a connection, and it was actually in some shape or form her father. And she even stated that after that she released all fear. And like something that's even better with that, I don't know if you guys will recall, but she was also concerned about her little girl, because this being was coming to her little girl, but as scary animals, and she was having nightmares, and it was scaring her. And we put in that suggestion when talking to him to come to the little girl with something nicer. Now her little girl has dreams of fairies.
Oh, wow.
Something she's not afraid of.
Exactly.
Very
good.
Jacques Vallée, he kind of has the theory of that maybe aliens and fairies are one of the same. So I got a good friend, Rob, who talks about that all the time. But so there may be a connection there, with the elementals and the extraterrestrials. But I mean, in a universe that's infinite, everything's possible. Infinite amount of possibilities. You have to be open-minded to everything because anything's possible.
Yep.
It's all interdimensional, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
frequencies. Yeah.
Yeah, our beautiful multiverse. I love it.
But not with the choking father. I mean, is
No,
that a
that's
completely separate issue from?
that's very 3D.
Well, yeah, in the regression, she realized that she wasn't being choked, that he was trying to wake her up to work with her.
Thank you for
energetically.
clarifying that, because I'm going,
Yes.
wait a minute.
And that's
Yeah.
that's why
Part
she
of this
released
missing for me because I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Yeah, we could go way down the
fear after
different
that.
rabbit hole with that one for sure.
Okay, so it was him trying to wake her from a dream, but she
interpreted it as that.
interpreted as choking. Okay, gotcha.
All right, so for this next clip, we move her closer to that window, and she starts peeking in there and describing what she sees.
Good.
Good.
Great. Kind of great.
So moving forward, you're going to be able to make them out clearly. Are they tall or are they short?
Tall.
What do their bodies look like?
Thin as well.
What about their arms?
Very long.
Do they have any fingers or hands?
Fingers.
Can you tell how many?
5 fingers.
And what about their heads? What do their heads look like?
Back and forth between being very round.
Some of them have hair. What are they doing in there?
Did she answer? Did they have hair? Did I miss that?
It's something that like clicked out, but she said their heads were round, and some of them have hair.
Okay, I didn't hear that part.
Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. Because I expected her to say no.
But, yeah, I was responding to her. It was one of the parts that had glitched out. So she had described that some of them had hair.
Okay.
So
Okay.
which
So
I thought
some
was
had
interesting.
hair.
That's a first for me hearing about hair.
Yeah. The only time I've ever heard of hair involved with some kind of non-human intelligence was when it was a hybrid. Or one of the human-looking ones. What do they call those? The Nordic?
Yeah,
kind?
they're the blondes.
Yeah.
Yeah, some
Did I hear music
humanoids.
playing? Were you?
But that was actually RJ's phone.
Oh,
I had it in the other room, and I had the volume up, and I didn't have the ring.
hairy aliens and RJ's phone tone going on.
Santa Claus is coming in.
Right.
That makes
So-
it a party.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This Area 51 calling.
At first, when she said very tall and thin, of course, probably all of us went to gray.
Tall gray.
Or to me, like a mantis is tall and thin.
Right.
I mean, I haven't had any contact with them, but that's what I thought I heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then she said the face was very round.
Yeah, like long and round, but some of them had hair.
Oh, they had hair, huh?
Yeah.
Some had hair, some
Wow.
did not.
Yeah.
And 5 fingers.
That sounds more like a hybrid type situation
Right.
to me.
Yeah. Most of the grays, I think, have 3. Right.
That's what I've always thought. Yeah.
Well, it's anywhere from 3 to 4 to 5,
But, as many people say, there are several different types of grays, over 100.
I mean, there's some humans that have 6 fingers.
Right.
Oh,
and
I
there's
know
some
one.
that have 3,
Yeah.
and that's the way
so
they're
true.
born.
Yeah.
I guess it's the same way for other life.
Yeah.
I could tell you a little story from your home state there. I knew a gal and her sister. They were born with 6 fingers. And they had a dream together one night that they called it the biscuit heads. Were taking them out to the street, probably to a ship, and in their hands, they called them biscuit heads when they were kids.
Biscuit heads.
Yeah, and they
Now I'm hungry.
and they remembered the same dream that night and told each other about it. And so I think, they had an experience together there. So probably little grays and interesting. But they had
In
6
Indiana?
fingers. Yep.
Cool.
Indianapolis, actually.
Oh, my hometown.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Probably on that.
Biscuit heads, huh? That's
Yeah,
you know
biscuit
what, I'm
heads.
getting the image. No, but you know what? The minute you say that, I see what they're talking about in my head. I get it.
Yeah.
And then I see big fluffy biscuits, and then I'm hungry. But immediately when you said
With
that,
melted butter and honey.
Interesting. Yeah.
Jeez.
Interesting.
Now I'm hungry.
Now we're all hungry. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're all going to Cracker Barrel for biscuits.
Hell yeah.
Or
I'm so easily
Red Lobster
distracted.
for
Cheddar Bays.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Stop it, you guys.
All right.
I'm so easily distracted if someone mentions food. I'm sorry.
We're all joining in. It's all good.
So it's interesting. She got a lot of detail out of that by looking in there, and the hair thing has got me just way off whack.
Yeah.
And you might be right, Deb. It might be a hybrid thing. So
It smacks of that hybrided type to me.
Right.
I could be wrong.
Hybrid biscuit heads. Hair.
Now, I do remember doing one regression where that person described the beings that made contact as with hair, but they were all in black. Those ones were.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it would have to be some sort of a humanoid type. If they have hair
and 5 fingers,
I don't know. Yeah.
Humanoid.
Yeah, 5 fingers is kind of a giveaway too. So
That's true.
So now I'm even more curious.
Could be military. It could be a lab.
You're absolutely right. I mean, there's many accounts of people saying they're involved in the abduction with the extraterrestrials, and so a lot of militaries come up in a lot of abductions, if you want to call them that. So
yeah, some people don't like that word anymore.
You can't rule that out, but Dana.
Like how I get pointed out there.
Look at me. All right.
We'll talk.
Okay.
You're so mean.
I'm scared.
No, it's okay.
So for this next clip, I asked her if she wants to move into the craft, and then she does, and then she starts to describe the surroundings.
Okay.
Good.
Observing
What are they observing?
us on the beach.
Would you like to try to move into the craft?
Yes.
Okay. So on the count of 3, you're going to find yourself inside the craft. 1, 2, 3. And you're in the craft now. What's happening around you?
They're all excited. Lots of weird mechanical equipment, gadgets. And
Why are they excited?
been a planned meeting.
It was a planned meeting. So when they came to the beach, they were going to make contact with you anyway? I want you to pick one and ask them, why is it a planned meeting?
Things are not moving quickly enough, and there needs to be a shift.
What are the things they want to move quickly?
mindset of the awareness of everybody as a collective.
Why is this important to them?
They're desperately trying to make.
So they planned this meeting with her, and because they want to get things moving forward more quickly. And they're talking about the shift. So apparently they know her.
Okay.
The shift of the collective.
Right. Right.
What does that mean, a collective? What do they? They mean all of us? Do they consider us collectively one? Or
Well, my mind goes straight to the law of one, where the belief is we are all connected with all beings everywhere, all dimensions. That would, to me, I could be wrong, but to me, that's the collective, is the whole.
As long as it's a resistance is futile thing.
yeah,
Right. The
the
board.
board.
Yeah. So
But are they all in that same mindset? I mean, I've heard other broadcasts where, some of them seem to be less friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I understand like the good, like let's say there's good and bad aliens or whatever, just that they're good and bad people.
yeah.
So is that one collective? Are they recognizing it as one? Because they were excited over equipment. Is that what she said? They had something that they were excited about.
Well, she could see the gadgets and the equipment that are around, and they were just excited to see her. And when I asked why they were excited to see her, they said because they wanted to get things going and moving forward on the shift.
Because it was planned.
Okay, so that was part of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she seemed excited to be there, happy to be there, and that's the main thing. So
Maybe there's a good collective and
oh yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
because it's not all one, is it?
Well,
I mean, it's supposed to be maybe, but does it feel that way sometimes when
Well,
listening as a person who listens to you guys
right.
most of the time? Some
if
of
you
them
think about
have a really
humans,
different way of going about things than other ones.
Exactly. But if you think about human beings on this planet,
Yeah.
some of us are very about the law of one, the collective, recognizing that there is no true separation.
Right.
And then there's others that,
self-serving.
No.
are not on board with that at all. That doesn't make the collective not exist.
Exactly.
It just means and you're right, some of the off-planet beings or other dimensional beings are not of the mindset of the law of one. But many are, and I think that's they're trying to bring all beings up to that same conscious thought that we are all connected. And that's why this worked with the shift that we are going through right now, the age of Aquarius. They're trying to bring us all beings up to that.
Look at it this way, if there's different dimensions.
If we're considering all of them to be this one thing.
No,
because I don't think that sounds right.
Right. Because if we have different dimensions, and on those dimensions we have frequencies that you can attain only through a certain way. Like you can't reach a higher fifth dimensional frequency unless you are all about being one and loving with everyone. Now the fourth dimension and us and lower, we can be that nice. Right. So, but to obtain, if it's a higher frequency being, you can't reach that higher frequency unless you are about realizing that the law of one does exist and that we're all connected. Because there's a good book out that most of these higher beings do believe their new religion is the law of one. And there's a whole book
which isn't really a religion.
Yeah, it's not really a religion. It's just
not meant to be a religion.
No, it's just just common sense is the way it is. Yeah,
it's a belief system.
Yeah, so
for sure.
But yeah, so a higher being, you have to realize it's not going to be benevolent. If it's in definitely a higher dimensional being. But I'm not saying that some of the lower fifth and all the fourth and all the third, if they're where we're at with higher technology, they can not be nice. A lot of it not be nice. So
Right.
I'm just clarifying what I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
yeah.
Well, the
You
last
guys are
the
used
last
to hearing stuff, and I'm just making sure I'm
Yeah.
not missing.
and in your defense here a little bit, the last episodes that you did with us, like a month and a half ago or so,
Yeah,
was
that was
definitely
dandy, by the
not.
way, for first
Yeah,
story.
Like,
Yeah,
I
that
felt
was-
terrible. That was your first one,
that was for all of
Don't
us.
feel
and they
terrible.
were not evolved beings.
No, you didn't do that at all.
With the collective in mind, for sure. So
But that was definitely one of the strangest ones.
That
we
was
did,
a
so.
that was a dandy. That one, yeah. Yikes.
Yeah, we just threw you to the fire there, girl.
cannibalism and
Baptism
all
by
that.
fire.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Okay, I've turned into the woman at the meeting that asks the question, and everybody else is ready to go.
no,
You
no,
know,
no, no. That's fine.
That's exactly what the show needs, isn't it, Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I'm
want
sure other
questions.
people ask the same questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about.
I mean, if
We
one
want
of
and
us
need the
is thinking
questions.
that, if one of us is thinking that, I'm sure there's people in the audience thinking
I'm
the
just trying
same
to
thing.
put into my head, I think
Yeah.
there's good and there's bad
There
here.
is.
There's going to
There
be
is.
good and there's bad there. I'm not all
Yeah.
about, I understand the goal is the one.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, some of the actions I see or heard about through stories on here, as well as other places, I
You know,
don't know what they're
And that's the same with humans,
Yeah.
There's a
exactly.
lot, I
Exactly.
think
No,
it's
I'm
with
totally,
different,
yeah,
bigger
right.
stage, same actors.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Yep. Yep.
So, okay.
Now,
No,
David,
I could be in the conspiracy theorist as we talk about all this.
Now, conspiracy theorists don't ask questions. They just tell what they think.
They
the
are.
answer
They
is.
got
They
all
make
the
their
answers.
own. They make their own stuff up, pretty much. And stick with it. So, okay, I'll shut up now.
now Dana has a really good point. So if everybody tunes in to next week's episode, which is a continuation of this regression, you will find part of that answer.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Okay.
So again, the psychics on here are hitting on the upcoming clips. So with this next clip, it talks about exactly more of why these beings are excited to see her and what part of her purpose is with them.
Okay.
Okay.
Getting to a point to where it's easier, but just not quite there yet.
Why is it so important for them to make contact?
We're shifting into a new age where the boundaries are no longer there.
What's the new age that we're shifting into?
A collective understanding of different species, awareness.
Is there a lot of different species?
Yes.
So what's their purpose in bringing in awareness?
There has to be more peace on this planet.
Why is it so important to them that there's peace on this planet?
Because there's too much hostility here. And if it becomes escalated, it can affect them too.
Do they have their own planet? Can you ask them where they're from?
So.
So, this is a stimulating conversation.
So it's real important
Wow.
for them that we not be hostile. Is that what I got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Why does it matter to them whether
well,
we're
because this is the deal. If you want to leave this place, this planet, and if you want to get out there, you're not going to be allowed to get out there. There's a whole set of different rules out there and laws.
Mhm.
that you have to go by because you're going to become a part of a greater community. And if you can't do it here in a little community, they're not
Right.
going to want you to do it out there.
But
So,
why did they want us to be a part of their community? I mean,
well, because we're
or her
living
anyway.
beings, you know,
Is
created
she
by,
like part of them, or?
yeah. I think because we have a soul, we have consciousness, and we can be loving, we can be creative, we can be a lot of things. And we're pretty smart. I mean, we're doing some pretty amazing things, and I think we're a lot farther advanced than what they allow us to know. But in order to get out there, you're going to have to follow some laws and rules and regulations and know them before. It's like being a kid going into junior high to high school or high school to college. You know, there's different laws and different rules. So,
Well, and not only that, I mean, that makes sense to me too. But if it's to bring that total collectiveness, the law of one cannot work if you have certain ones that are hostile and not willing to work together.
right.
And that's not only humans, that is other beings as well.
We are pretty
So-
hostile down here.
Well, you know, and
Yeah.
Dana, you're right, but we have to stop thinking that some of us are, and we have to realize how are we? How are we individually? How are you? And how am I? And
Sure.
you know, and that's what's important. Are you ready? Or myself, Deb, Mary, are we ready to, move on to a higher collective, nicer thing? You know, a more knowledge, more.
Definitely, but I don't think the whole of the human race is at all.
No,
I think it's
no,
so far down the,
yeah.
you know,
And you know what? We're only
So
shown the bad part of it on TV because the bad part owns that part.
I've lived in some of the bad parts of the world, though, that do
Yeah.
practice it right in front of your
Yeah.
face. So it's
I know.
it is out there.
Yeah, it's
is.
not that it's not out there, but I don't think there's enough news that shows the good part of the human race too. That there are good people out there. So
Very much so. Yeah.
yeah. So we've got we have to start. It's time to start thinking about ourselves individually. Where do we stand within this?
Mhm.
Are we ready for this? Whatever this is happening, and because it is happening, I know it is. Because too many people are talking about it, and there's too many,
Right.
too many things going on. So,
And
Agreed.
I really think that's, we see a lot of this. We're hearing a lot of this on this show. People who are regressed talking about, they want to help us evolve. They need us to evolve. They need us to stop being hostile and seeing all people and all things as separate. So I think that's, we're going to continue getting regressions with this exact same topic.
So all of you are experiencers. So have you always gotten that message? What are you guys making noise again back there?
I
Deborah
It was-
has noise. You have noise. Do you have any noise going on?
that was something hidden in the side of the house or the store.
Oh, is that all?
That's all. That's all.
How about you, Deborah? You had something cooking in there.
yeah, I was trying to. I dropped something on the floor. I was trying to retrieve it.
Oh, from before though, there was somebody coming up from behind you.
There
In
was.
the
Oh yeah,
early
you saw something.
program.
Oh, my dog. Sometimes my door over there, I can hear him
Okay.
under the door, and I'm like, I was gonna say, Shelby, get away from the door.
So, but you guys have all been in the situation, right? We've all been taken at some point, correct? Have they
Yeah.
always delivered the same, to the three of you? Have you had differing messages, or are you all getting the same message from whatever your experience was from them? Like, do we have this different kinds? Like, you had more of Deb, you had more of the mantis, was it? Was that you?
I have had mantis, but I've had others.
Okay.
With the mantis, I never really quite know what the message is until later.
Okay.
But I
Yeah.
haven't been regressed either. I mean, I do regression work, but I don't do that.
I'm not looking at my own stuff.
coward.
But how
But
about
I
you,
will. I'm
Mary?
going
I
to.
mean, what was your experience? Like, what were you told?
My first experience was with a gray, and I was on a craft, and really, she was just showing me what was coming up for our future. And this was right
Okay.
before COVID hit, and she had promised to take care of, my area to make sure nobody got sick. I didn't know what she meant until after COVID hit. But then she gave me timelines of 2023 and 2024, then 2027 and 2029. And really, the message is what could happen to us if we don't all do our work to try to raise the vibration of the collective. And that's actually a message that I get a lot in the regressions.
Mhm.
I feel like not all species, but a lot of beings want us to raise that vibration so we can go to that 5D level and actually join the galactic community. Because the
Okay.
big thing that she showed me was this craft was all white, and all I could see was black windows. And she told me that this is the community, and we all meet at the galactic center. So this was a craft for several different species, not just one. And it's sort of like that galactic center is where they gather and plan.
What are you seeing now? Dana, he looked us over
My
there.
cat is outside the door, just belly aching. But
Okay.
Deb, what was your? I mean, you've been at this for years, correct? You've had
Yeah. I
experiences.
never got much of a message sort of like that. I mean, I was shown things.
Okay.
But I never got a specific message like we're all here to raise the collective vibes and all. I came upon that on my own as I
Gotcha.
evolved, but I was
Okay.
not told that by.
Okay.
They didn't tell me a whole lot of nothing, and I
Okay.
think seriously, I mean, like I remember asking one time if the box, could I what was this box and could I have it? This black box, and he's like, no, you can't have it. But when you see it again, you'll know what it's for and how to use it. That was the extent of our conversation. There weren't a lot of conversations between me and whatever I was having contact with. I almost felt like in some ways they were like, there's no point in me trying to explain this to you because you aren't going to understand it anyway.
Gotcha.
So I don't have a lot of that. Most of my opinions, I feel like they're my opinions because I've came to them myself. I wasn't told that. Now, when I specifically had a memory when I saw the child, and this gray guy was like, I don't understand. Again, he wasn't speaking to me. I don't know. Our thought was just transferring back and forth. And he acted like, I don't know why you're mad. This is a good thing. But it's not like they went into a lot of detail to explain to me why this was a good thing. So I don't have a lot of that.
Yeah.
I had to ask because if you have gone over that before, I've missed that program and I didn't really know how each and every one of you've all had different experiences with it, but throughout kind of all figured out the same message, even though it's been through different
Right.
things.
And I think that's pretty universal with many experiencers is you just get that knowing. It's like they reprogram your brain to know. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it does.
So
To me, it does.
It's different than saying, okay, here's your message. Now, this woman is being regressed and asking. So she may not have gotten that message in a verbal way during the experience.
Okay.
I'm assuming she probably didn't.
Okay.
Now she's able to communicate through regression. So now she's able to find out what was the point here. Am I right, Mary?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Sorry
agree
to
with Mary.
interrupting, but I just want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Yeah. In my experience is I feel like I really volunteered to do this, and they wanted to make sure since I was a little kid, because a lot of stuff happened then, that I'm okay,
Mm-hmm.
and that it's okay. You're going to learn as you get older, and as you experience more, it's going to come to you, and I'm here to try to just pass the word on, pass it along.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we had somebody, it was a little while back, 3 or 4 months ago, I don't know, a man, hopefully you'll remember this, Mary, sorry for rambling, but it's important. And what he got was, we all have a role here. This isn't, you're important, oh, you're important. It's not, everybody has a role. And if we need some help with that role, they're helping us. And I think kind of programming us to act out what we're supposed to be doing. And this show is part of our role.
Okay.
And you're a part of that too, girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
You are.
That's why they stuck things between your toes and stuff.
Right now, this is the only gray in the building. So
That
the cat one. So
Yeah,
and he looks so happy.
they want us to
he is
succeed.
happy at home.
The Grays want us to succeed. They're just a little different than us.
Grays never bothered me. It's not
Yeah.
the grays that. Yeah. Never mind. Let's listen to the lady.
Okay.
She's like, change the topic.
Right.
All
I can't
right.
wait to regress her.
At some point, that's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to do that. You, me, her.
Definitely. So for this last clip, we get the answer of where these beings come from and just what her purpose is with her contact with them and what she's supposed to be doing to help.
Lyra, do you know any of them? Are any of them familiar to you?
Not familiar with their friends.
Can you ask one of them if they've known you for a long time?
Their species or friends.
What species is that?
Palladians.
The Palladians are a part of your species? Have you ever been a part of the Palladian before now?
Multiple times. If
So multiple lifetimes you've been a part of the Palladian species?
Yeah.
So I'd like you to ask them what you can do for them to help shift the consciousness.
keep focusing on the positive things and shifting those around you.
And so trying to get other people to shift into a higher state of consciousness.
Yes.
Those good old Palladians. Gotta
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah.
Yep.
She just reminds me of a little old star seed.
Yeah.
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 And they have hair.
Yeah.
And they
So-
have hair.
Yeah. Well, they're human. Palladians are human.
We've
Yeah,
just
they're human.
confirmed it. Yes. Right.
All right.
There's blue ones and there's gray ones and white ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it makes it pretty clear that she is an old soul who has been working on this whole collective for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't physically in the third dimension, probably, or wasn't really aware, but now she is.
yeah,
And now she can
Well,
start
that answers my
that
question.
purpose.
what's that, Deb?
I said that answered my question I had earlier about why
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
they were interested in that with her
Mm-hmm.
or for us.
I think I talk about this all the time. The junk DNA. The way they say we have junk DNA. It's not junk. I mean, it's there, and I think it's going to get activated. And the DNA tells you who you are and where you came from. And
Excuse me.
I think as we move through this golden light,
Sorry.
that every 13,000 years you'll see the Earth changes. It it activates what we have inside of us, and we start remembering, and we start knowing, and all the visitations come, and something happens, and it's just part of the beautiful cycle that we go through as we go around in our galaxy. Pass through this golden light for 2,000 years, and it's information. It changes us. I love it.
So,
Bathe me in that golden light.
Mary, do you know? I mean, you obviously know a little bit about her because she came to you for regression. Is she living this?
She is. She is. I know that she does a lot of Reiki. She does readings. And the more she has started to allow this to unfold, the more that opens up. But she's definitely always been into the spiritual world. It's a part of her journey.
Yeah.
Okay. So she is definitely a starseed and here for that purpose, as
Yep.
many are. Okay. And it's, I'm starting to learn more and more from this show how many of us are healers and readers and spiritual. Because, I didn't realize that before, how many experiencers are.
Well, you're talking
not
about
only
like
psychic.
being programmed,
Mhm.
helping us move up vibrationally or what have you.
Do you
There
guys
you
hear
go.
that?
Here we go. They're agreeing with us.
Dana must be onto something. I think
That's
I
right.
just got
They're agreeing with
information.
us.
Right?
They're just the Morse code's coming in.
That's wild.
Attention, Earth.
Wild what happens on the show.
But maybe
Look at
that
this. It's still going.
it is still going. Geez, now there's two different tones happening. What the
Yeah.
heck is that, you guys? What are you doing to me?
Well,
I was
There's-
normal before this.
I
They're
honestly
sending
believe
messages
someone
across
is
the
listening
universe.
in
We
to
got
us.
her.
Yeah, listening to us for sure. Or
Dana
trying to tell
is
us something.
on board.
Sounds like a train whistle now. Great. As I disappear from screen.
It's weird
Most
because
resistant
I can't hear it. My ear just
Really?
hurts, but I can't hear it. No, just my ear hurts. It's
What's
just
that 60 song? Get on board. Love train.
No, it's nothing like that.
Love train.
That's
might
pretty
be.
weird. Wonder if you'll be able to hear it in the playback.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
That was
you'll be able
weird.
to hear that for sure. It always comes through. And probably 80% of our shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
But
always have
What I was
some
saying before they
interference.
started playing the flute there was maybe that, the experience, maybe you're programmed when you're up there and then they shoot you back. And that's
Yeah.
why so many of you are healers, or us are healers, psychics, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
That maybe that's part of that elevation, to try to get other people to go up to that level.
Right.
That's a big
Yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Think
Yeah,
about
it
it.
It is.
So
It's part of our evolution. Eventually, we're not going to be talking like this. We're going to be just telepathy.
I'm going to miss the sound of my own voice, though.
I know. But I think first you'll be able to do both. But you can, like we can do now. Absolutely. Sometimes you can talk to somebody without talking, or you can hear what they're thinking. So.
Too often.
Yeah.
Probably.
And you know what I mean?
Well, I know years ago I used to hear that, only psychics were taken. Were only
Seriously? I've never
yeah,
heard that.
I mean,
Okay.
Well,
but I think that, what comes first? Do we know? Do you need to be a psychic and a healer and all of this for them to have interest? Or do you become that by evolving with them, raising your vibrations? We see more through the veil, maybe because of how they program us, like you said, Dana, and because of evolving. I don't know.
I don't know if you, Dana, if you heard of the secret space program, you probably heard that.
My dad was all into that stuff.
Yeah. So what they claimed is why they were taken into that program is because as a young child they had abilities. That was a lot of the deal and they went to the parents and said, "Hey, we need to borrow your kid for about 30 years, so nobody will know." And
here, look at these cards and tell me what you see. What do you see? What do you see?
Exactly.
Got a little experience with that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what they did, and they found people that had abilities, and so it is important.
But and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. So is it because they had abilities, or were these kids were they starseeds? Had they been working with them?
True, that could be. That's how they know. Yeah.
So right. That's what I'm saying is what really came first.
Yeah. The chicken or the egg?
The chicken or the egg.
Right. Right.
Interesting.
So, yeah,
it is. It is. So I'm really happy to know that she does. She does healing. She does Reiki.
Yeah.
And she is a reader,
and she's comfortable with the whole deal. So.
And then
that's
we've
the most
seen
important thing.
Right. Yeah, we've seen some that suddenly, their whole life just turns around and they start on a more spiritual path and all of that after having experiences.
Michael Carter writes about that in his books too.
Yeah, we love Michael.
What happened to you, Deb, and happened to all of us, really. We went on a more spiritual path.
It's true.
And now?
She's so quiet down in the corner there. I feel like I'm on the Brady Bunch or something. With the little squares. Like,
I just got
Hollywood Squares.
I know.
I'll take Dana for 20.
Okay, it's going to be more than 20.
20,000, that was.
All right, that's all we have for tonight's show.
That was a weird
to
one.
you, Dana. Big thanks to you guys in the audience. Thanks. Everybody have a great night.
And I'll see you guys next week. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.